Guys, this is Turtle Beach 800 Elite, which is so many people have got the same problem, probably after a year. You can see that's how the stuff is peeling off. Even the new ones after a year, they do have a problem and it's peeling off, but that's the one which has caused the problem, and this is the one which is I restore, so nice and neat, and it fits absolutely perfect. That's how it's work. Nice and soft. Particularly this model of Elite 800, that's for the PS4 Turtle Beach. It was purchased, I believe that was end of the 2014. Also the battery gone, but I'm gonna show you the guys. I replaced the battery. I bought that model, which is pretty handy to have it. This is the model I bought, so I replaced that battery. The only thing is you have to repin the inlet of it, but I'm gonna tell you about this in a different video. What I'm gonna trying to show you, even you purchased new of those after a year, it's gonna happen exactly the same thing. The reason is this is the cheap spray method used on the piece of leather to spray coating on it, which is peeling off after time. So I'm gonna show you in a time lapse from this stage. Also, this is dented, as you can see, to this stage, which is exactly the same one. If you're gonna look closely, also it's pretty important about the thickness, how bigger it is. I'm gonna explain you why. So that's gonna be time lapse, step by step. It doesn't cost lots of money, but what are you gonna need for this? It's adhesive, which is a Bostik for lots of purposes. I think it's a brilliant. You're gonna need 120 sandpaper on a sponge, the flat screwdriver. That's pretty easy. Hopefully you can see it, right? Small flat piece of cloth, a blade, a sponge, and 034, as you can see. This is the serial number of the color lock. I know this is not the best you can see, but it's a 30 milliliters sample, which is you can get for the pretty cheap money. But that's the proper way to restore the leather. Obviously this surface is the leather, this surface is the leather, and this surface is the leather. But the rest of it, which is I'm gonna show you how it's done, then you're gonna realize why it's happening. So literally what I've done, that's gonna be for more than 1 year. It's gonna be for way longer. But first thing first, in the time lapse I'm gonna show you the first steps. So take this in the parts and peeling off the bad stuff, which is this, what you can see, right? That's pretty bad, and it's still gonna happen, right? So it's not much you can help about it. Okay, let's go. To take this on parts, you have to start from the back side. So I'm gonna show you how to do it. As you can see, I deattach what was here. I'm gonna show you later on. And I removed the sponge, which is pretty greasy and sticky. So we're gonna wash this sponge later on. The situation now is, as you can see, this is the whole construction. Of it. Now what do we have to do? We have to remove, which is pretty loose already, this part. And this part is going to be pretty easy, because as you can see, it's coming off nicely. It's a little bit attached to the mesh with the logo. So the mesh with the logo, we're going to fix it too, but that's for the later stage. So this is the back of it. That's the mesh with the logo. What is pretty interesting now, this is the piece of plastic, which, as you can see, is not really well made, and glue it to the other part, it wasn't glued at all. But what I would suggest, to leave this part, which is meshy stuff, glue it to the plastic. What are you gonna have to do now? Turn everything around, and that's gonna be the pretty long process now to peel all of the stuff which doesn't attach, as you can see, to the thin layer of leather. This is a really thin layer of leather. This is the real leather with the plastic coating. This is why it's happening. But I'm gonna try to make this on a time lapse to show you how to peel this off, and then we're gonna take another step. Okay. In the meantime, when our leather is drying, what can we do? We can use the washing liquid and wash the sponge properly. When the sponge is washed, you're gonna see it's gonna be a little bit thicker, because it's not gonna be the way as it was. So there's another good half an hour to get it dry, but in the meantime we can use a 120 pad sandpaper and go all the way around our leather. Now it's time to fix this. Not really stretching, just pokey, as you can see, because it doesn't hold originally. Turtle Beach sign, so we just have to remove this as it is. Don't forget, you've got the two marks. If you're gonna look closely, probably it's not on that one, it's on the other one. But on the fabric, see, this is the bottom. That's how it's supposed to go. So don't forget, that's the bottom. Don't worry about this, what is all the way around. So now we're gonna use a buff stick. It's pretty nice, easy use adhesive. We're gonna apply the adhesive all the way around where it's supposed to go. Not much, just a little bit. Shadow gap. What I would recommend it on this, it's leave for at least 7-10 minutes until it's gonna get tacky, then glue the sign back. So let's wait 10 minutes then. Okay, 10 minutes gone. So what are we gonna try to do? Don't forget this. This indicates a bottom of the plastic. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna apply this nicely. And we're gonna try to stretch this. It's pretty nice adhesive, really nice to work with. So we're gonna stretch this until the point where we're gonna achieve the nice strength of a membrane. So as you can see, now it's spongy, springy. It's no more dents on it. That's pretty quick, so really and truly about 20 minutes for adhesive to set. In the meantime, we have our skin pretty much dry. So what can we do now? I did show you the color log sample, which is done in reseal scratched and faded leather. The number is 034. It's completely black. It is black. It's a black color. In my occasion, well, you can see it's black. I used it for the different project, but you can have this black again. I decided that I'm gonna use custom made one, and it's Egyptian blue. It doesn't really matter because it looks pretty dark. I made it for my car, so I've got 150 milliliters of this. Is plenty, a lot. Now I'm gonna show you how to apply this. It's good to have a gloves because you always can get dirty. It doesn't matter if it's a different color or you're gonna use the sample. It does work exactly the same way. So you're just putting the color on the sponge. Not much. In this occasion, you can twist this all the way around through the back. It's going to be way easier to work because you're gonna have all elements exposed. And this is the touch-up works, which is probably you can see, maybe not, but this is how the color getting applied by the sponge, and that's how it's going all the way around. So this is the real leather restore process. So you have to go all the way around. First two layers, as you can see. As that's most difficult, it's a narrow space. It's not much space to do it, but that's how it goes. Okay, when a little bit more of the coloring stuff. Then we are punching again. Around. So we've got the two stripes from the plastic nearly done. Literally they are done. So now we can take over the the one rim, which is outside, that one. And that one is a little bit nasty because it does absorb way more than the other ones. So you need a couple of more drops. We're talking about drops, really. And you can apply it nicely. Well, as you can see, the leather getting a really nice color. Nice and shiny. Well, normally what you do to speed up the process, you can use a hair dryer, but I do prefer 20 minutes to get it dry. So let's dry it. Well, if 20 minutes pass on and it's dry on 20 degrees temperature, at least you want to use the hair dryer. You have to repeat the process exactly the same way as you've done in the beginning. So the first two layers apply nicely with the sponge. Just have to mention, guys, this is not black, but it's pretty dark color. I've tested how the black look like. Absolutely amazing. Way different. I just made it for the order, that one, for my car, so it's a completely different story. But if we're talking about the black samples, to make it black, it's not expensive. I think the whole kit, it's cost like 12, maybe 14 quid. And I'm not saying it's gonna last only for this, it's gonna last for way more projects. 30 milliliters, believe me, it's like 3 or 4 steering wheels in the car to do it, so I'm just trying to show you. I know this method is gonna save you not only a year, but maybe 4 or 5 years. I'm not really keen to change the headsets for gaming. I do like this one for music, for gaming, for lots of different things. That's why I stick to it, and I think the Turtle Beach is a pretty amazing set. Still expensive, but it does the job. So again, guys, we've got this all the way around, right? So now what we can do until it's wet, turn this the way it's supposed to be, and let's leave it for drying, because as you can see, it's shiny and wet, right? Okay, guys, so that's pretty nice and dry product. What are we gonna have to do? As you can see, this is came up on the way, so nothing else than Bostik again. And again 10 minutes. 10 minutes help a lot probably. So whatever we washed, sponge is going back on the place. We have a color apply. And now it's gonna be a tricky part, because the part which is supposed to go there like this, it has to be glued. That's number one. And number two, another part which is pretty weird plastic. You can see the rubber and the plastic. So before we're gonna glue one part to another, the tricky part is to remove this plastic. It's not even nicely cut plastic, but to do this probably we're gonna need a blade. That's gonna be probably way easier. As you can see, just lift it. What do you have to do? Just lift it. That's gonna come off pretty nice and easy. I'm gonna show you something, the remains of this coating. Probably you can see plastic and the remain of the coating. which is here. It will be nice to remove this coating too. This is the stuff which was peeling off from the pods. So we have to continue and remove this. That's coming pretty nicely all the way around. Don't forget where is the top, where is the bottom. So this plastic's supposed to come off with a seal, a rubber. It's a strange adhesive used, so we've got a sign, nice and springy. We have to remove this. Look at that, how it's cut. Probably somebody used maybe it's not the best focus, but you can see now. Probably somebody used the scissors to do this. It's a bit disappointed. So that's how it goes. So what are we gonna have now? We have to glue this part, this plastic part, which just looks blackish, and this part, which is the sign going into it. So probably another 20 minutes. So we have to apply the adhesive, not much, just a shallow gap. And this unfortunately has to stick pretty nicely. So try to adjust top and the bottom. So you will see this on the edges, how it goes. Yeah, just press it all the way around. Press it all the way around. And leave it for 20 minutes. That's gonna stick pretty nicely. So okay, we're gonna be back in 20 minutes. Now guys, the most tricky part. So where the plastic goes, we're gonna have to apply the bow stick again, all the way around. And wait 10 minutes until it's gonna get tacky. See you in 10 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes pass on, so what are we gonna do now? We have to firmly press this down where probably you're gonna see the edges are. I'm gonna try to show you. This is how the edge is bent, the small amount of it. So you're gonna have to attach this to the adhesive. So I'm gonna try to do this on a time lapse. It's gonna be way quicker. Once we've got this done, we can apply the ring nicely, which is gonna hold the two parts by firmly pressing down so the sponge is not gonna give away. Oops, as you can see, it's really tacky. There you go. You can help with the flat screwdriver. Be pretty sure that all is firmly pressed in the groove. And it's sitting under the plastic. Okay, now nearly done. Once we've got this done, we can apply the ring nicely, which is going to hold the two parts by firmly pressing down, so the sponge is not going to give away. Oops, as you can see, it's really tacky. There you go. You can help with the flat screwdriver. Be pretty sure that all is firmly pressed in the groove. And it's sitting under the plastic. Okay, now nearly done. What is left now is put this into the set. Yes, that's it. Done. Just be pretty sure it's gonna dry nice and firmly. So this is our new stuff. Looks pretty neat. I'm gonna get another one. Hope this helps, because as you can see, it's nice stuff. Please leave the comments below, and if any questions, I'm very happy to answer. Thank you for watching, guys. Bye.